beings. Welcome to Earth. My name is Ton, A-S-M-R, and today we are back in the house I was building in creative mode yesterday, and we are going to do some interior decoration in the basement of this house. So, I am very happy with how it's been turning out so far. I think I am going to do all of the storage up here because to me that would make the most sense. I always like to have a storage room, and I always like to have a couple of different rooms. I always like to have an enchantment room, a storage room. You get the idea. And so I think this is going to be the storage room. Yeah, I think the upstairs is going to be the storage room because honestly, to be real, I feel like this room is a little bit too open to be a bedroom, and I don't really know what to do with it. I don't know how deep down that is. Okay, so that's there. You know what, I'm trying to think. I might make this my little bedroom, because I like to have a small bedroom. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to break this and have this be the bedroom. Okay. And then I'll have to put this in the floor. Okay, smooth quartz. Boom, boom, boom. And then that. Here. Okay. So now, this is gonna be the bedroom for me. I don't need a big one, I just like to have a nice small bedroom. I'm trying to think. I think I might do my bed in the corner. Let me get a door first. Door. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna use pale door. Okay. Alright. And then I will worry about this bedroom later. I'm going to go on to the basement. Okay. I'm going to break that. I'm going to use scaffolding. I think I'm going to have this be... I'm trying to think if I want it to be 3 tall. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do an outline of the basement, like an outline of the house, but as the basement. So that'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, I'll just do this, yeah. I'll literally be able to see because I can see the floor. Okay, so that's where the house ends. And then, okay. Okay. sounds today, as I feel that, I was listening back to the video last time, and I wasn't particularly a fan of how they sounded. I've heard other people do hard candy sounds. Maybe I could have practiced, but I just don't like the way that they come through. I feel like I'm too loud. I also have to figure out, my keyboard is quite loud in the videos. I don't think it's quite disrupting, but it's, in my opinion, it's pretty loud. And I feel maybe I need to get a different keyboard or use a quieter one. Sometimes I make the basements very intricate and crazy. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna have the basement be crazy because I just kind of want to keep it simple for this one. So I am gonna at least place this here, and then place that there. And then I am going to at least place the scaffolding, just so it goes all the way up. Okay, now I can just come right down to the basement like that. I definitely have an idea in my head, so it's not going to be anything too crazy. I'm going to build a little farm back here. I might do the storage. I think I'm going to do the storage upstairs, not downstairs. Yeah, so there's not really many things I'm going to build down here. I think I'm going to build I'll do it right now. Enchantment table and bookshelves. Okay. Here we go. So, I saw a video, and it made me think about some stuff. Like, I always will be doom scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and I'll see videos and I want to talk about them. And I have not uploaded on my Ton Talks channel yet because I feel as though I'm a little bit afraid to share my opinions. But the thing is, my opinions aren't even like crazy. Like, I have very, like, in my opinion, very tame opinions. So, like, it's not even like, what do you call it? It's not even like I'd be saying some controversial shit. Like, I think it's just because, like, in my own brain, I'm, like, afraid to share my thoughts just because I feel like people will judge me. I think because, like, when I was a kid, I used to get bullied and stuff, so I kind of just got used to, like, shutting the fuck up and not really ever saying what I think. And so I'm, like, almost, like, afraid to share my opinions on things. But I think I'm definitely gonna try to start sharing my opinions more often. Because I feel like the longer we get in this generation, or not this generation, but, like, just, like, the day and age that we're in, like, the farther I put that there, if you're wondering, because I always like to have a chest with lapis in it, like, just right there, so it's, like, easy access. And then I'll usually put a grindstone too, like, right there, right up here, so it's not blocking anything. But, like, if I need to disenchant something, I can do it right there, and then I got the lapis right there. That's usually how I do it. And then I know you don't have to do this, but I usually like to do this just for fun. I'll go like this. Like, kind of just, I don't know, to make it look nice, you know, to make it have a little bit of a cool look to it. so, what is it? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to just share my opinions more because, like, honestly, dude, who really cares? Like, even if someone doesn't like my opinions, like, what are you gonna do about it? Because it's not like I said, it's not like I have some crazy ass, like, hyper controversial opinions. Like, I'm not one of those people, but I have, like, pretty just normal fucking thoughts. So it's not like I'm gonna be on some, like, super political shit or anything, but just, like, share my opinions on general, like, society and the way we act. Like, I think so often, like, I mean, like, sometimes too, I'm afraid to share my opinions because I just feel like the opinions are so basic. People are gonna be like, oh, you're a fence sitter, you're, like, faking like your opinions are important, but they're just basic. But I really do feel like nowadays, man, I feel like judging people and, like, bullying people is kind of, like, coming back into style, and I really don't like it. Like, I don't fuck with it. I think it's loser shit. I think if you bully people, you are a loser and should get beat up. Like, honestly. And I just feel as though, like, a lot of people who bully other people, a lot of people will say, oh, it's because they have something going on in the house, it's because their family doesn't treat them correctly. But I've noticed a lot of the times, like, people bully people, they don't have anything wrong in their house. They literally just want to mess with people because they're, like, a bad person. Like, a lot of the time I actually notice the people who bully people are typically, like, almost like the rich kid types, and it's like, dude, your life is awesome. Like, why are you? And I'm not saying people who are rich can't have problems at home. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, bro, are we dead serious right now? Like, your life is 10 times better than mine, and you're trying to sit here and bully me, and you want us to somehow feel bad for you. Like, yeah, no, that's not gonna slide. Like, I just very much think it's if we keep going in this direction of, like, bringing bullying back or whatever, it's not gonna turn out well, and people aren't gonna be happy. Because typically, whenever people, like do something crazy or, like, crash out, it's not, like, what do you call it? It's not just, like, for no reason. Like, typically, like, if somebody, like, for example, I say a lot of people, like, beat up their bully, and then the teachers will be like, I have no idea where this came from. I don't know why he did that. He's such a quiet kid. I don't know why he would ever beat somebody up. And it's like, did you notice that the kid was getting fucked with every single day of his life by the same person? And maybe that person was making their life literal torture. Like, people really don't take a second to stop and think that other people are human and have their own feelings. Like, everybody just tends to think that everyone else is like NPCs or something. It's like, dude, you realize other people have emotions and thoughts, and you're not the only one who is, like, on this earth with his own thoughts and desires and wants and needs. Like, when you are messing with somebody or bullying somebody for the way they dress or the way they talk or whatever, like, okay, if they're being hateful themselves, like, and you're just sticking up for people, that's not, like, you're not bullying them. But if it's about, like, the way they dress or the way they talk or the way that maybe they're a little bit different or something, and you're bullying them, you are genuinely just a loser. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and it's just loser behavior to just mess with somebody that you don't know because you don't like the way they look or the way that they talk, or maybe they have a speech impediment, or maybe they have autism, or maybe they have social anxiety, or maybe they have nothing wrong with them. maybe they're just a little bit weird and you don't like it. And keep in mind, when I say weird, I don't think weird is like bad. Like for me, it's just like odd. You can be a little odd. I feel like I'm a little odd. I mean, I make ASMR YouTube videos. That's a little bit of an odd thing to do, you know? And some people might say, oh, that's weird. Like, I don't like that. Blah, blah, blah. You know? Like, odd to me doesn't, like, odd and weird don't always mean bad. It just means, like, not the norm. You know what I mean? Like if most people like the color blue and you like the color red, you're weird. It doesn't mean like weird is bad, but it's just like weird, like different, you know? That's all it is. But a lot of people, they try to act like weird is like bad. They're like, oh, you need to be bullied or you need to be punished because you're weird. It's like, why? So I'm weird, like, dude, who cares? Like, even the, like, use of weird as an insult, I don't really like it. 1 second. Sorry, the thing is, it's not like, I'm not one of those people who's, like, gonna be like, oh my god, you called somebody weird, what the fuck, you're a piece of shit. Like, I'm not gonna, like, freak out on somebody, but just, like, in my own head, I don't really like the use of the word weird as an insult, because to me, it's kind of like, you're basically saying because they're different, you don't like them, or being different is bad. And it's like, I know most of the time that's not how people mean it, but that's kind of how it comes across. Like, I see a lot of streamers say that, like a lot of big streamers like Jinxie, Kaizenat, like a lot of those guys, they say like, oh, you're weird, bro, you're weird, you're being mad weird. It's like, why is that bad? Like, why are you using weird as an insult? Like, why is weird, like, a bad thing to be? Like, why do I not want to be weird? Because, like, it's like, if anything, you're just being rude. You're being mean. You're being an asshole. Like, there's no weird. Like, oh, you're being weird. If anything, I would almost argue that being an asshole is not weird, because most people are not nice people. Like, in my genuine opinion, most people are bad people, and most people are selfish, which I'm not saying like, oh, they don't deserve to live or anything, or they don't deserve to, like, have a good life, but it's just a matter of fact. Like, most people on this earth are super selfish, and they just don't care about what other people think, like, really. And like, but I don't mean in the way of like, I'm not saying you should care what people think, like oh, how you dress or how you act, but I mean, like, if you are just constantly being super rude to people, it's like, of course people are gonna look at you a certain way, you know? And I think a lot of people are just like so just evil and like mean-spirited, man. It's like, it's crazy to me. Like, I've never understood it, like how you can look at somebody who's different than you and like genuinely get like pissed off. Like, and obviously if they're doing bad things, but I'm not talking about people who do bad things, because if somebody does bad things and they happen to look different than you and you don't like them, you don't like them because they look different than you. You don't like them because the things they do. So it's like, I'm not saying everybody who hates somebody different than them is a bad person, but what I'm saying is, if you hate somebody and your sole reason that you hate them is because they act different than you or look different than you, like, go fuck yourself, honestly. Like, you're a loser. And it's just freak behavior to me. Like, you're being just rude for no reason. Because for me, I used to get picked on because I would talk a lot, and like, I think it's because like I never really respected the, I guess, like, hierarchy of like whatever you want to call it in like high school. Like I would get like an assigned seat next to some popular girl, and I would just be like, hey man, how's your weekend? And she'd be like, well, like, she wouldn't say this, but I'm saying, like, she'd give me a dirty look to almost be like, why is this weird guy talking to me? Like, it's like the fact that I would even dare to talk to like some popular girl, some popular guy, like the fact I would ever even dare to do that would just piss them off. Like the fact that I would just treat them like a normal person and not literally like glaze them and treat them like some like celebrity or something. Even then, I don't even treat celebrities like that because I don't really view celebrities as any like better than me or you or anybody. That's just my opinions. Like, why do you view that person as better than you? Like, they're a person just like you are. But, and that's why I've always thought bullying is so stupid, because it's like, what do you think you're better than me? Because, why? Because the way I dress, because the way I talk, because the way, like, what makes you think you're better than me? We're both just kids. Like, we're literally kids in middle school or high school or whatever, and you think you're better than me because what? Like, because what, you have more friends than me or something? Or because I wear a Super Mario t-shirt and you wear, like, and your parents bought you fucking, like, designer? Like, what is, like, really, what's the difference between me and you? Basically, the only difference is that you have more friends than I do. And so you don't like me because of that. Like, that's what I mean. It's always been, like, confusing. It's like, so you don't like me because I have less friends than you. Like, what? Like, you basically hate me because I am not popular and my life is not as fun as yours is. Like, it's like, it really is just so confusing to me. I'm gonna start making the farm, so I'm gonna grab some water and some dirt and a hoe. Okay, hoe. Yeah, and so, yeah, so for me, like, I've always wanted to, like, truly understand, like, what makes people the way that they are. Like, I'm a psychology major, and I also take sociology classes because I've always just wanted to learn, like, why do people treat different people so, like, bad? Like, I've never really understood it. Like, and a lot of the time, I feel like people who are, even people who are, like, racist and, like, sexist, I feel like they don't even realize how stupid they are, because it's like 95% of people are racist, aren't even racist. They actually just hate people who disagree with them. Like, they'll be like they'll hate black people, and then if a black person agrees with them, like, they'll be like, I don't know, let's say, like, some, like, hardcore Republican that, like, hates black people, and I'm not saying all hardcore Republicans hate black people, I'm just talking, right? Like, let's say that happens. I guarantee you, if there's, like, some black guy who's, like, hyper conservative Republican, the racist guy's probably gonna be like, oh, I'll let him slide though, because he's, like, one of the good ones. It's like, they're not even actually racist. They're like, they, like, hate ideologies that disagree with them, basically. And so, like, they're just kind of like a miserable fuck who hates anyone who disagrees with them. And it's easier in your brain to chalk it up to be like, oh, it's this entire group of people, it's women, it's black people. But it's like, really, it's not. It's just you hate anybody who disagrees with you. But you know in your head that that's fucking ridiculous. So you somehow try to, like, lie to yourself and justify it by being like, oh, I hate this group of people. But it's like, you don't even hate that group of people. You just want somebody to put blame on because you want to play victim, and you don't want to be the one that gets blamed. You want someone else to blame. So when shit hits the fan and it's getting bad and you vote for the wrong person, or you do the wrong thing or whatever, then all of a sudden you can say, oh, I didn't vote for this, or I didn't cause this to happen. It was women, it was black people, it was whoever. And it's like, you're an idiot. Like, it's like, you just don't want to, like, a lot of the time people who are like against certain groups, like against women, black people, this person, that person, fucking white people, short people, tall people, whatever, fuck, didn't mean to do that. A lot of the time it's just because they want to shift blame and get out of ever being blamed themselves. Like, let's say they're a white guy, they'll be like, oh, well, I don't ever want to get blamed for anything, so I'm just going to be racist, or I'm just going to be sexist, and then I can just blame everything on everybody else, and it makes my life so much easier. Like, because it's easy to think you're so good and never have to think about anything critically when you think you're always right. Like, when you just always assume you're right and everybody else is wrong. It's so easy to never feel bad about anything. Like, you never feel guilt. You never feel any sort of anything. Right? You just have apathy. I think I'm using that word correctly. I'm not sure. But you just don't really, I'm pretty sure apathy is the lack of empathy. So, you know, you're like apathetic towards people and you just don't really like care. I'm looking for a leaf something. What is it called? Lily pad. Yeah, lily pad. I forgot the name of it. I use these because if you use the lily pad, it makes it so you don't accidentally step in the water. Because what happens is, if you step on you accidentally go in the water, then you step out like that, it can break the crop. How do they go? Does it only go one way? I wonder if it's like something to do with south, north, whatever. That's interesting. Or maybe it's just random, I don't know. That's weird. That's kind of cool though, but yeah, like, I don't know, man. And I just feel like with bullies, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, it's because, like I said, like, they grew up with somebody in their household being mean to them, but, like, so much of the time it's not. Like, a lot of the time it's because, like, they're not, like, happy with themselves. Like, and I think sometimes bullying can lead to more bullying because it's like the bully knows what they're doing is wrong. Like, they know they're not doing a good thing, right? Like, they know they're not a good person. And so sometimes it makes them feel like a worse person. So then in their brain they just go, fuck it. I'm just gonna commit to being a bad person and just be an asshole. Because at this point, like, who even cares? Like, I'm already, like, bad. So I'm just gonna be like, whatever, right? Like, I think that can be what ends up happening sometimes as well. Like, this is, like, coming from just someone who, from the standard of someone who, like, studies psychology and also has their own things, like, wrong with them and whatever. And so, like, I'm not perfect, you know? Like, I don't know everything. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. And I think sometimes people really just, the thing is too, so something you learn about the human brain, which, here's the thing, you can fight this. Like, it is an actual fact. You can train your brain to not think this way. But the way we are naturally wired as humans is we are literally wired to not like people who are different than we are. So, like, okay, for example, let's say I'm like a stereotypical jock, like a Disney high school movie level jock, right? I am naturally in my brain programmed to not like nerds. Like, here's the thing, like I'm saying here, you can fight this and actively decide to not act like that, but it is naturally in your brain to be that way. So let's say you are someone who's different, right? Like, for me, I'm a goth, right? In my brain, it is naturally like, apt to not like people who I view as, like, jocks, or, like, maybe as, like, frat guys, or because it's kind of like we're scared of people who are different than us, right? And it doesn't mean it's all for the same reason, right? Like, sometimes with the jock types, the frat boy types, they're scared of goth types because they're like, oh, I wish I could express myself how they express themselves, right? But then other times it's because you are like, I don't like the way they look and that makes me uncomfortable, or oh, I don't understand it, so it makes me uncomfortable. Because that's the thing too, we're also naturally wired to be scared of things we don't understand, so sometimes that plays into it too, right? And then the thing is like for me, when I know in my brain, when I see somebody who is a like sporty type A, and the thing is, I literally grew up doing combat sports, and I still do combat sports, so it's not like I don't play sports, but it's like I don't consider myself in that like jock category or in that like that sort of category because, you know, I'm goth, so it's like I don't really fit in with that group of people. Even when I was doing high school wrestling, I never really fit in with any of the people because I was just like different than all of them and they were all more jockish. Granted, they wouldn't make fun of me because I was their teammate, but, you know, my point stands that I just didn't really like fit in with them. And so for me, I know when I see someone who's a frat type or a jock type, I don't dislike them because I think, oh, they're stupid or they're lame. I kind of dislike them because I assume they're gonna make fun of me. Like when I see a guy walking down the street and I'm in my full goth makeup, and he's in his like, I don't know, he's in his like Barstool sports hat and football jersey, I assume I'm about to get made fun of. Like, I just assume I'm about to get like barked at, I'm about to get laughed at, I'm about to get fucked with, I'm about to get asked some dumbass question, like he's about to fuck with me, whatever. But the reality of the situation is that stuff really doesn't happen as much as you think it does, especially when you're an adult. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been walking around in like the city or something, and I'll pass some guy who's like a classic frat guy, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go, I'm gonna get fucking made fun of. And then he walks past me and he goes, oh shit, dude, your makeup is really fucking cool. And I'll be like, in my head, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to be like nice to me or actually fuck with me. I thought he was gonna make fun of me. And so you kind of like realize the more you get to know people that like a lot of people are bad, but a lot of us beat ourselves up in our own head because we kind of assume people are gonna say things about us before they even do, right? Like, we don't even give them a chance. We kind of just assume they don't like us, or we assume, oh, put your guard up and be afraid of them because they're gonna fuck with you. And if you kind of try to have open arms and be kind, people will, a lot of the time, reciprocate. Because I think a lot of the time, people have stigmas in their head. They go, oh, God, people are mean. Like, frat guys are mean. This type of people are mean, right? Because they don't understand them. But once they understand that we're all the same and we can just get along if we're nice to each other, people tend to treat each other a lot better. Like, you might be walking up, for all you know, 1 second. You might be walking up on some frat guy as a goth person in full makeup, and he's thinking in his head, oh, this guy probably thinks I'm like basic, I'm lame, like whatever, and so he's gonna say something to me. But then if you just walk up to him and go, hey man, what's up, how you doing? He's like, oh shit, I thought this guy was gonna be mean, but he's chill. And a lot of the time, as soon as people realize you're just chill and you just want to be nice, like, a lot of the time they kind of let their guard down, you know? And people are a lot more understanding than you would think they are, in my opinion at least. Like, get to know somebody and you become friends with somebody, they typically see you as very different. Like, a lot of my friends, when I was in high school and when I was in, like, starting in college, a lot of them were not goth, are not goth, like, nothing like that, and they don't even really understand it, but they don't care, because to them, it's like, I'm just me, I'm just Tan, I'm not a goth guy, or a scary guy who wears all black, or a, like, judgmental. To me, to them, I'm just Nick. That's it, that's all I am. Like, I'm Todd, I'm Nick, whatever. Also, by the way, if you were wondering, I do have two first names, like genuinely, and so my name is like Ton and Nick. Both of those are my names. So if you call me either of those, I don't really care. But yeah, so I go by both. But I like Ton because in my brain it sticks out a lot better, because where I'm from, I don't know about where you guys are from, but for me, there are a lot of people with the name Nick, and so when somebody goes, "Oh, hey Nick, come here," like a million people look over, and so I just decided to use Ton because it's by far my less common name out of the two. So I just use that one because I also like it better, just slightly. Okay, so now I gotta do some interior decoration. We did the entire downstairs with the enchantment table. I think I like to always incorporate as well, like, building blocks and actual useful blocks into my builds. Like, I always like to have a clock. And then, what else do I need? Anything else in here? Nope, no building blocks in here. Yes, I always like to have a clock, and then I always like to have all the necessary building blocks. So yeah, like a loom. You don't need a target, but I think they're fun, so I usually put one in my house, so I can shoot arrows at it. And then, yep, stone cutter, a bell. Oh, I always use item frames. Maybe get some paintings for decoration. Get a note block, a jukebox. Get a composter. A cauldron, a lectern. What else? An anvil. A brewing stand. Yeah, so the house is done, so I can put the building blocks away. Actually, I'll grab a chest just in case I need one. And then I can grab a smoker, blast furnace, and furnace. Okay, so, and then cartography table, crafting table, fletching table, smithing table, beehive, yeah, and then I'll grab myself a bed. I think I'm gonna use a red bed. I usually like the red bed because it's like the OG, you know, in the old school Minecraft, they used to only have the red beds. Alright, so I'm gonna start by placing my crafting table and my clock. I usually place the clock in the middle, like I would place the clock right here, but that's where the ladder is. I think I might place a clock right here. Yeah, because I like to know what time it is, even if I'm not outside. And I know I have the windows, but, you know, it's still nice to have it. Sometimes I'll usually put one in the basement, because that's when you really can't tell, like, what time it is. And if I can't do it in the middle, I'll just do it, like, symmetrical, like this. Yeah, clock there, and then I'll do some paintings, because the downstairs, because I always use a painting, you know. is a very nice painting. I think I'm gonna do this and this. Oh, wait. It's not a, okay, wait, I have an idea. I want to do a long painting. Oh, wait, actually, this isn't a good spot for a long painting because it doesn't, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I have my favorite painting in the game. That's my favorite painting in the game. Well, my favorite too tall painting. So I'm just gonna do those all on the sides like that, yeah. And then I'll do two over here too. Okay. Perfect. Now we got those paintings. Maybe I can do some nice bigger paintings right here. Oh geez, I didn't realize that was like in it. I want to do like the 4x4 painting. Yes. Or 2x2 painting. I'm trying to think. I love that villager painting. I think it's so funny. Okay. What can I do here? I don't really like the wither painting. I do like that one. I'm just thinking, what can I do? I don't know if I'm gonna keep that villager one. That one's kind of nice. Are there any other new ones, or is it just those? Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the villager painting. I think it's pretty funny. I don't know why, it's just comical to me. Yeah, I got some nice paintings down here. I don't really think I need any paintings in the upper layers because I like already kind of, actually, you know what, I am gonna do paintings. I lied. Are there any other big ass paintings like that? Or just, I think it's just those two. Either way, I am gonna do, okay, wait, let me place some of my actual crafting blocks. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep those two, actually, you know what? I'm gonna place a crafting table right here. I always like to have multiple crafting tables just kind of throughout the house. Like, they're nice to have everywhere because you never know when you need one, and you always need one at like the worst times. So I always just kind of put them in like random spots that are kind of like a little, I try to make them like a little bit unnoticeable, you know? And then, there none needs to be up there. Yeah, so we have one here, and then we have one here, and then one out there, and then I'll put one in the basement. That's really all we'll need. I just like to have kind of like one for every general area. Just put that right there. Yup, perfect. I like to put it in places where it doesn't like disrupt the build, but it's still like there if you need it. Okay. I don't need any more. Oh, what I will do is real quick, I'll go up to the second floor because I always do this. I always use item frames to label my chests. Okay. Sorry about having the really long, like, winded talk today. I know it was a little bit, like, random, and you guys are probably like, damn, what's he yapping about today? But I don't know, I just saw a video. It was basically, like, some guy in, like, his makeup and his outfit, and then some random guy online was like, what has this country come to? Or something, like, some BS like that. And I'm like, dude, you're, like, how the fuck is someone wearing some random clothing item and makeup, like, ruining the country? Like, I don't fucking understand people's, like, idiocracy, like, genuinely. Like, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, are these people dumb on purpose? Like, shit is genuinely fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how are you, like, dead serious right now. Like, you saw somebody in makeup and clothes and were like, this is bad. Like, I'm not saying you have to think it's good, but it's like, you, like, what the fuck is your thought process? Do you think that, like, that's harming somebody? Or, like, do you think if they walk up to someone, they're gonna, like, burn their retinas or something, like, in their eyeballs? Like, I really just, I don't get it. I really, truly don't. Okay, you know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna put I'm trying to think. Let me think. I gotta cook in my brain. Okay, hold up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the crafting stuff upstairs. Yeah, I'm gonna do the crafting stuff upstairs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get black concrete. Okay. And I know this is a nice window, but I am going to break these windows. So I have a flat surface to place my building stuff against on both sides. Don't worry, I won't make it symmetrical. But yeah, so I just truly don't understand the shit. It really does anger me. Like, where people will just hate on each other for being, like, literally doing anything. Like, if you do anything, people will hate you online. Like, anything. If you dress basic, people hate you. If you dress normal, people hate you. If you dress not normal, people hate you. If you dress fucking alternative, people hate you. Oh my god, sorry guys, my scroll wheel's broken if you haven't noticed. If you wear pink, people will say you're girly. If you wear blue, people will say you're trying too hard to be a boy. It's like, dude, holy shit, like, can we just let go of all this trivial bullshit? Like, who cares? Like, honestly, who cares? Like, really? Like, to me, it's like, if you're so worried about what someone else is doing, like, with their body, then, like, why are you even on this earth? Because clearly you are a fucking pussy. Like, here's the thing. If somebody's doing something that's affecting other people, I get it. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, right? If they're doing something that's affecting other people, okay, sure. But, like, if they're just doing something by themselves, nothing, they're dressing how they want to dress, they're looking how they want to look, they're not doing anything to interfere with your life, then, like, what in the actual fuck is the issue? Like, literally, what is the big deal? I think I'm gonna do the cartography table over here just because it's facing this way. It looks nice under the stairs. And then I think I'm gonna do the anvil, the smithing table. Yo, that was a weird glitch. Let me place it for a sec. Okay. So yeah, so the thing is, the fletching table is for villagers, so you don't actually need it to build anything, so I'm not going to use it. The loom you can use. I think the beehive you can't use unless there's bees, so I'll get rid of that for now. You don't really need it. I'm going to get rid of the target too. I don't need that. I just want to have it be, like, minimal, kind of minimalistic. So I think the potions, you always want to have the potions and the brewing stands together. It just looks better. So you have a cauldron here. And then you can have the black concrete and the brewing stand. So the brewing stand with the cauldron. And then you can have the lectern with that too. And the loom right here. And then on the other side, I'm gonna go place anvil, and a smithing table, and a stone cutter, and another anvil. Usually that's good to have. So, and then, oh yeah, composter can go. Honestly, the composter is a little bit ugly, so I just put it under the stairs usually, like that, and then you can put a little bell right here. I am not gonna ring it because it's very loud. Okay. Alright, so now we got not really much left to place. We already got enough chests. Got the composter down. We could do a little bit of touches, but honestly, I usually like it pretty plain. Because sometimes I just like to run around the house like this. And I don't like to have like a bunch of furniture blocking my way. So, okay. It looks good up here. It's like a storage slash actual like building facility. This is kind of empty. I think I might do a really short third episode of fully interior decorating this floor because I am not that great at interior decoration. So, we'll see what we can do there. And then I am going to finish decorating my bedroom right here. I am going to place a little painting. Or maybe a painting here. What paintings do they have? They surely have to have better ones. Come on. I swear there was a cooler one. I know there's that one with the sunset. I like the one with the sunset. That's my favorite one. But I don't think they have any other interesting ones. Honestly, I might just have two of those. I don't know. I don't know if I like how that looks, but so I usually will do a little bedside table. I usually use a form of wood to kind of be like the bedside table, or logs, not wood. Yeah, like that's perfect, that pale oak. Like I'll do one right there, and then maybe do like, alright, let me look what I can place here. I have the decorative stuff. I usually also do an item frame above my bed with like one of my favorite items I've collected. Like if I have a favorite item at the moment or something that I've gotten that I like, I do kind of have a couple different things that I typically have in my room, as you guys will see. Yeah, like I typically have candles. I think I'm gonna use blue candles this time. And then I typically have a flower pot. Is that in here? Nope, maybe a banner of some sort. No. I'm trying to think. I think it would be kind of fun to make a cool banner for my room. So I'll do that. I'll do a creeper banner. Do a green creeper banner. Or honestly, I think I'm gonna do a cyan creeper banner. I think that'd be fun. Okay. So if I've never done this before, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so let me grab some dye because it says I need dye. I'm gonna use black dye. So boom, boom, boom. Yes, that's awesome. Okay, so I got a creeper banner in my room. Yeah, so I'm gonna break this one. I'm gonna do the creeper banner. I'll do the creeper banner right there. I'll do my armor stand right here. I'll do my candles right here. Perfect. Or now maybe I'll do them on this side. Yeah, because if it has the tall ones on that side, it looks better when it's facing the wall. If it's over here, then the tall ones are like out here, and it's kind of weird. Like, why is the short one over there? And so, then I'm gonna get some flint and steel and light the candle. sure how you do the pottery. Is there like some sort of pottery table or something, or is there maybe like a relic table, or like let me look in here. I don't know if any of these do it. At this point, we're kind of just bullshitting to get the final touches. Yeah, I don't know how to do it, to be honest. Can you get normal shards? Like, maybe do you need like multiple shards to make it, or like, do you need like 9 shards? Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna look up how to build it. Pot. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Oh wait, maybe you do it like this. Maybe you do this, and then maybe you put it on it. Nope. You can put it in it, though. Interesting. Or maybe, you know what, I'll try it one more time. I'll place it. Oops. Place it, and then I'll squat down, place it. Nope. Oh, I didn't know you could put them on the ground now. What the fuck? That's cool. That's so cool. Okay. So, I'm gonna place the flower plot, and then I'm gonna look at my flowers. Oh wait, the flowers are probably in here. Yeah. Okay. These are all the flowers. I actually typically like to use cactus for these. So I think I'm gonna do a cactus. Yep. Cactus in there. And then I'll do a little pot right there. I usually like to have my rooms be kind of like cozy and like not perfectly organized, because I feel like it makes it more fun. Like a realistic bedroom is more like this, where it's not like perfectly like, you know, organized and not perfectly symmetrical and stuff. Okay. So I think as my item that I'm gonna put in the chest, I gotta pick something interesting. Like, that'll look cool in the chest. I usually will use something like from something I've killed, or some cool like item or something. Like sometimes I'll use an emerald, sometimes I'll use like a diamond, sometimes I'll use like an ender eye. I think I'm gonna use a totem of undying. I've never used that before, and I feel like that is kind of something cool to put in it. And then I'll put a clock too, because you always gotta have a clock in your room so you know what time it is, even when you're not outside. And then I'll light the candles so it's nice and lit up in here. And then I'm gonna put some armor on the armor stand. Sometimes I feel like it looks better with the gold helmet, but no, I think it'll look better with full netherite. Especially if I'm just doing it for the decorations. Also, if I do make stuff like this, like I was telling you guys, sometimes I use them in survival. Like, if I do make a house in survival, or like I make a house in creative and use it in survival, I won't do stuff like this, like putting the netherite on the armor stand. But I'll do it if it's just like for fun like this for you guys. And if I were to ever play this, like survival, I would just take the netherite off in creative before, so I couldn't use it. Okay. Alright. Now I can place him to go a certain way. I think I'm gonna have him walking like a zombie. I like that way, yeah. And then have all is, yeah, I think this is perfect, guys. So this is the house. Got the nice building stuff. Got the furnaces, the chest to organize. Got this room. It's pretty plain, but I kind of like it like that in the base floor. Got some tunes going with the crafting table. Then down here we got the wheat farm with the enchantment table in here. Lapis chest and disenchanter and repairer. Got some nice paintings, clocks. Got a nice view out here. Got a nice bedroom going. Got this with that nice view. Can go up here, go outside, get a nice view from the roof, go in here. If we want to close ourselves in there, just look out there. You know, come back in. So, yeah, so honestly, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I really like it. I'm proud of it. If you guys want, I might do another episode of doing even more decorations for fun if you guys think I should. And I think that is going to be it for this video. If you're not asleep yet and you're on desktop, right click the screen plus press loop video. If you're on the phone, settings, additional settings, loop video. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, morning, whatever you're doing. Have a great one.